Hi all. Today I'm going to explain you few endings that I have already shared in my Facebook page, and I have shared some other Facebook pages also. Most of my followers have found correct answer, but they haven't figured out how to analyze as my explanation in my previous video, which is 4 plus 1 strategy lesson. You can find the video in my channel. You may subscribe this channel and click on the bell icon that you can get the alert of my next video. Okay, let's move into the position. Before you come into this position, you should know about basic theories about rook endings. I have selected this position for the intermediate players, and I have shared this position in social media and observed that most of players don't know how to figure out the correct move here. We will come into the position and let's celebrate the pieces. White got the pass pawn in h5 and finish attack into the d7 pawn. And here white got the move. He can simply take the d7 pawn. But the thing is, generally, rook pawn ends up with the draw, even though there is additional rook. It's some sort of hard to win the game. So here white got a chance to win easily with the advantage of d7 pawn. Okay, let's see what happens if white takes the d7 pawn. Okay, king at d7. Black can simply move the rook into the a file and attack through the a file. There are no way to hide the king. Let's check. Some of you can think that why white can't come into the diagonals and attack to the king and get a chance to promote the pawn. Let's see. Rook a2. Okay, you can see that. Let's say h6. Okay, 7 check. In c6. Here, black got a tempo to bring the king in nearby to the pawn. In g3, h7, king h4. Create more. Now, white is unable to give a rook into the black king. He can simply reach into the pawn. And the other thing is, this pawn is hanging, so that white rook won't be able to move the rook when the black rook is attacked into the seventh rank. Okay, let's check. King b7, rook f7. Black can simply keep the rook in seventh rank. Then this rook is trapped in the h8 square. He can go out from the h8 square. Then this pawn will be gone. Let's check. After rook k2, h6, rook check. What happens if king goes e6? Let's see. King is coming to protect the pawn. Okay, black goes king h3, king f5, rook a6. Back with the pawn, h7, okay, 5 check. Now there are no position to hide the king. He can only do is try to come to the a file. Then you can simply go to the 7th rank, stay in the 7th rank somewhere because white can't move this rook. Okay, so that king cut d7 is blunder. White never get a chance to win the game. Okay, let's check. What happens h6? Right. h6, rook c6 check. Can he take the pawn? No, it's blunder. He cannot take the pawn because same thing happened as I explained previously. So white goes king e5 because he's looking the approaching of black king. King trying to come king h3, king f5, d5, king g5, rook c4, b8. Now pawn is free to move and king can go into the h5. Let's check rook c7. Now rook b8. This pawn is under threat. King takes king g3. Now rook at d5. Pawn is protected and king is covered by the rook. King f2, rook d6. Now this line is covered. If rook f5 check, king g6. Okay, let's imagine rook c1. F6 check, king goes e2, h7, If G1 check, it goes there. H1, King G7, it's pointless by checking here, Rook G6. H1, simply white can promote the pawn or play the Rook H6 and play the Rook H6 and move the king into the E file, then black won't be able to do any check. Okay, let's come into the original position here. H6, Rook C6 check is okay. King E5. What happens king H3? King F5, King H4, H7, Rook H6. Okay. Here the interesting move is Rook E8 because if Rook at H7, King G6, the only square that black can play is Rook H5, Rook E4 check, and Rook on. Okay. Okay. When you're playing chess, always you should select interesting moves. That means you should let your opponent to make mistakes. Otherwise, he won't do the mistakes. In this position, nobody think that King E5 is good move. King E5 is generally okay, but here, what is the tactic here? After King H3, King F5, King H4, then White won't be able to come to this square. So White can play H7. Definitely, your opponent will play Rook H6 because he thinks that Rook won't be able to play, and King also cannot come into the G5 square. In this kind of endings, most of players do this kind of mistakes. And the other thing is, what happens? You will white have a chance to win the game. So this is not a blunder for white. White is just making the position. White is just letting black to make mistakes. Okay, okay. Let's come into this position. White got bishop, knight, and pawn, and black got rook and three pawns, three connected pawns. But the thing is, black got rook and three connected pawns. But the thing is, black's pieces, black rook is some sort of passive, and king is in a trapped area. And light squares of the black totally weak. In this kind of positions, white can easily figure out a line to win this position. You can get confused, how can I say like that? Okay, just imagine that. Generally, knight can cover two squares from this kind of square. And the other thing is, black put a dark square diagonal and he can, we'll put a red arrow, he can simply attack through this diagonal. Then this square also save. Okay. If rook at h3, just imagine if there is a position that rook at h3 square. If we can push the king into the h5 square while attack into these two squares and through this diagonal, then there can be made. Okay, is there any possibility? Just think. If knight f5 check, what black has only square to go in g6. There are no any more squares. Okay, then here knight comes from the g7 square. King can only move into the g6 square. Then knight can come into the e7 square and simply attack to the both g6 square and f5 square. King have to go to the h6 square where it was already remain. Okay, let's calculate. Okay, without playing more, you can calculate with me because without calculating, we can decide our move. We have to improve our calculation. Once we are able to do proper calculation, then only we can improve our chess. Okay, here first move knight goes to the f5 check, then king can go only into the g6 square. Then we can do the knight e7 check and position is going to the original position. Only thing is knight jumping into the e7 square from g7 square. Okay. Then what we can do is we can simply what is our task here is move into the rook at h3 and push the king into the h5 square. At the moment, this square should be covered and this square should be covered and bishop should be able to attack through this diagonal. Okay, just imagine. In this similar position, we can jump into the knight g7 easily. No need to calculate in between moves. Okay, knight at g7, king is at the. Then our first move is king f7. Okay, black don't have any other moves. If he push the pawns, pawn will be gone. So that only possible move is rook h3. That is some sort of good move for black is in that in temporary because black need to activate his rook. Okay. Once rook at h3, our task is okay, rook go into the h3 square. Only thing remaining is we have to push the king into the h5 square. Okay. Our first move is king f7. Rook at h3. Now we'll do knight g8 check in how to go into the h5 square. Okay, knight g8 check, king f5. Then knight at f6 check, king can go into the h6 or h4. What happens if king goes to the h6 square? White can simply do a check bishop f8 checkmate. Okay, let's check. Knight f5 check, king g6, knight g7 check, king h6, king f7. Okay, rook at h3, knight g check, h check. No any other moves, these all are forced moves. Knight cut f6 check. If king goes, yeah, bishop f8 checkmate. Okay, we have analyzed our first variation. Okay, now let's do the other variation. Okay, our position is knight g8 check, king is at h5 at the moment. So the only square black can go then h5 square. Okay, then we can do the bishop b5 check. Can king play any square? No. Black can only thing is black can cover the check by playing rook g6. Then we can simply play the f6 knight into the e4. Then our two pieces are attacked into the rook. Okay, let's play. Now we have almost found the answer because we can get the rook. Knight f8 check, king g6, knight e7 check, king h6, king f7, rook at h3, knight g8 check, king h5, knight at f6, king h4, bishop e1, rook g3, here, knight e4. King g4, removing the tempo, removing the pin, knight cut g3, h5, attack into the king, g6, h4. Okay, here, what will be the move? Knight f5. Because if king plays f4 square, bishop can play to the d2 and get this pawn. If black plays pawn post, then bishop d3 square is covered. Only possible move is king f3 or 4. If h7, h2. If black plays h2, pawn is losing. If king goes to the f3, then pawn also gone. Then the game will end up with bishop knight mate. You can find how to mate with bishop and knight in my endgame in my other lesson. You can find the lesson in my channel and you may subscribe this channel and then you can see the other videos as well. Okay, let's move into the next position. Okay, let's see this position. Here black got rook and pawn. Pawn is about to promote. White goes Here, even though white got the queen, he have to play smart, otherwise it is not an easy to win this game. Okay, unless black king and rook together, white won't be able to capture the rook or capture the pawn because pawn will not promote without the security from a rook or any other piece. So here black is trying to push the king around the rook or trying to push the rook g1 and push the pawn. Okay, here what white needs to do is separate the king and rook. How could he do this? Okay, first move is queen e5 check. King can go h1 or g1. King g1, then queen a1 check. King have to go h2. Here white simply losing a tempo by playing queen e1. Why is he playing queen e1? Because he is let into rook without playing rook. If king played h3, queen h1 check, rook have to go h2, now queen g1. Black don't have more. Black can defend the mate if these two is well. Okay, yeah, after queen e1, king can play. Either pawn cannot push the a1. So if black plays to the rook into the b2, then going a to going plays c5 and that is a double attack. Okay, black plays rook c2, simple queen c5, rook c2, rook queen h4 check. You can go on the g1, queen d4 check, king h2, queen d6 check. King cannot go to the h3 square, then rook queen goes to the h6 checkmate as well as queen can come into the g3. That's also checkmate. If king goes to the g5, then rook queen goes to the d1 and is to go on. g1, queen d1 check. King have to go h2. Now queen cut c2. Next move will be to cut a2. Okay, today what I wanted to tell you is how you could figure out the best move in the endings. Hope you have identified how to analyze strategically in the endings. You may subscribe my channel and click on the bell icon that you can get the alert of my next video. And I have shared few links to download free videos and download free ebooks. What you have to do is click on the copy the link and paste to your address bar, and you may need to subscribe the channel that appeared, and then you will be able to get the link. Okay, thank you.